Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate, where we are about to embark on the most terrifying thing I've ever done in this game. Why is that, you may ask? Because I have never seen an exhausting dungeon before. The heroes will camp 4 times during this quest. That just seems awful. I've already got ahead with laying out a party composition here, and I really did feel like a plague doctor was warranted for all this. I think battlefield medicine may come in very, very handy, what with the length of this adventure. Our other characters, Marie here, kind of traditional occultist healing going on, what with his cleansing crystal combined with weird reconstruction. I'd probably rather have a Vestal for a really long dungeon like this, but, you know, it is what it is as far as the character classes we have to choose from. We've also got our one and very first, not one and only anymore, but our very first abomination that made it up to level 6. He has survived quite well in the estate and is rolling with his traditional restraining padlock so that he can use his transformed state quite a bit more, what with the stress reduction there. And then a stun amulet for making manacles just that much better. And then finally Poyer as our beast of a stunner with rampart shield and a stun stone. I also kind of like the idea that these guys have got at least 2 of them anyway. Between Poyer and Booty have got skills that can move them forward, like Slam, there we go. Slam and Rampart should be able to help these guys get back to the front if we do end up with any kind of party shuffles. Hopefully this is enough to get us through. We'll go ahead and pop into the provisioning screen, and of course it's warning us that if we need to flee, someone is going to have to leave themselves behind, but we knew that already. Oh my god, there's too many firewood. And I really still think I need like a shift click to grab all of the things. I'm going to be bringing 42 food. That seems like a ridiculous amount to me, but I don't want to run out. That would be the worst thing ever, to die to hunger down here. I have not needed shovels at all in the Darkest Dungeon, and I'm banking on that trend continuing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. We did need a little bit of anti-venom in the last Darkest Dungeon. We've needed bandages every time. I actually think the second stack of bandages might be okay here. We've got the Plague Doctor to help out with that, but better safe than sorry. And then for an exhausting dungeon, what do you think? 3 stacks of 8 torches. Normally if I'm camping once, I want like 12. I think that'll be okay. Let's go with the a little bit of medicinal herbs, a little bit of holy water to kind of round things out. We haven't really been bringing loot back from the Darkest Dungeon. It's just been a case of provisioning for survival once you get there. And I'm I'm dreading it, but there's no putting it off forever. Let's go ahead and find out what is in the belly of the beast.
The interminable stone holds are but an antechamber. The creature is vast beyond measure, and must be battled from within. Step over the threshold, and let the terrible truth worm its way into your mind.
Okay then. So we have found that the hallways were but the beginning. And in order to defeat this thing, we need to go deeper, right? Prepare yourself for the longest, most grueling quest of your campaign. Oh boy.
The Gateless Gate. A maddening aperture to realms beyond human understanding.
The Gateless Gate. So not just a physical creature, but like we're stepping into another realm? Or is that just very flowerful language, and it looks alien and abominable in there. Also, if I'm quiet for just a second, is that the sound of breathing? I don't know. I'm horrified of it though. Oh man, look at this stuff. Undulating hallways. Oh boy, and the background. Oh my god, this is all awful. Yeah, you and me both. Getting a little bit stressed out there right off the bat. But, ooh, that's a lovely sphincter that we get to approach. And, oh, it opens. Oh god. Okay, this does not, of course, have the symmetry of the previous dungeons. So, you know, in the second one we started in a central area with sort of spokes going off of it. In this we're just looking to activate one locust beacon. But it's a question of where is the beacon. I also find it interesting that the hallways are not straight. Ew. That is also a really gross squishy sound that happens when you do that. I'm going to want to keep torchlight high, if only for the stress. In an exhausting dungeon, I feel like stress really does need to be a concern. Okay, but look at these cute little guys. Flesh hounds. We've seen you before. You weren't really all that terrible, and you were paired with sort of a boss enemy last time. So this time, all alone, I'm not super worried about you. We could start with the stun. But let's just get damage out there. Probably open up with some rakes and double 15s. I will totally take that. Yeah, they were mostly concerned with repositioning our party. I did not remember that that stunned, though. Nash. Yeah. That's a little bit of stress. Yeah, that's a little bit more stress. Okay. You know what, let's just go right to the healing. Try to keep everybody topped up as much as possible. With a... You know what, try for a stun back here. I actually have 3 party members that can stun. Of course, we lost out on Huey's turn, which is a little disadvantageous for us, but that could happen.
Give them no quarter.
The advantage will be pressed, don't you worry. Let's just get a little bit there. I'll get rid of him, and then Rampart can go to the back rank. Okay, I think this first encounter is more than settled. Not exactly when we needed it, but I'm glad to see that...
Slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
I'm glad to see that Mary is got his game face on and is ready for those awesome heals. Of course, yeah, he's gonna have the stun resist. Let's just Beast Vile there right now. We could also consider taking off some stress, but it's pretty low at the moment. Yeah. I guess I could have healed Huey for the little bit of damage he's taken. But this guy is super under control. He's going to take 12 more damage from just Blight, and something like that could definitely speed it along.
Maintain the offensive.
Okay, we get another scout.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
And only one way to go from here. Alright, pressing forward. Keeping that torchlight up. Those are... torches are looking good. I do wonder... early campfire might be a good idea. Interesting. Okay. So now this is the first straight hallway besides the entrance. I wonder what that is going to mean for us. I don't really think it's worthwhile to camp just yet. I don't... hello. I don't fathom... I was not expecting to run into a Mammoth Cyst in the middle of a hallway. 158 health. You gotta be kidding me with that. And a white cell stalk back here. Okay then, yeah, that's a thing. Well, I'll tell you what, you're taking up 3 spaces. Okay, we got one of them stunned. He's got 98 stun resist. That is fair. Anything not very high, bleed resist, and his blight resist. Okay. I'll tell you what. Try this again. He is getting 2 actions per turn. If I can limit that, that would be good. And then, you know, let's start stacking some weakening curses, except he didn't care about that debuff at all. Okay. And a retribution to start. Bulging gaze. Alright, interesting. Oh, wow. Reduces damage. That is quite a debuff. I was going to say, before so rudely interrupted by Giant Cyst Man here, that on an exhausting dungeon, I can't fathom that the end of it could be really very close. Like, it's gotta be... You know, let's just start getting his game face on. It's gotta be just on the other side of some kind of huge map, right? Like, down here or something. And with that in mind, our camps are going to need to be well-timed to really give us the most benefit possible. Okay, a move. He resisted. Digestion. That does not sound good. Oh, I did not like that. And that is quite the blight. Let's go ahead and just take that off. Yeah. Try for another stun. Also got a move on him. Okay. Maybe a good time for a rake from Booty here. Very nice.
Quakes.
Out of 5. He will die before he can do anything else, and I love that. Let's see, that's 6 for 3. That's also 6 for 3. I guess this is better for single target all the time.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Okay, nice. He's taken some good damage here. Damage debuff 5 to 10. He's got the stun resist right now, so I should probably lay off that at least one turn. Just try for a little bit of solid damage. Summon. Alright, so we can bring that guy back. Fair enough. So that kind of tells me I should probably just not care that this guy exists. If the cyst is immediately going to bring it back. Ooh. Also, that sound effect is amazing. It has a very, like, Dungeons and Dragons Beholder look to him that I'm super digging right now. And now that we know that the cell stocks just come back, I'm thinking we're going to basically ignore them. You know, if I can toss out multi-damage to both, that's fine. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was more or less expecting, is that he would be doing healing effects for him. It is a white cell stock, you know, white blood cells. Revivify? Oh, great. He can heal himself as well. Oh, so what very briefly looked like a turning point in this fight kind of turned itself around. Not loving that. Okay. Could use a big hit. Not really what I was looking for.
A decisive pummeling.
But stacking the blight on this guy has been doing fine for us. Yeah, he's going to get a little bit of a heal, but he's taking 12 per round. It's not really enough to be helpful for you. Let's do another retribution here. Hope to maybe get 2 attacks on him from his double attacks. Yeah, stuff like that. Good, good. Ow, that was a lot of damage, and your stress is not looking super great. Especially considering we healed for such a small amount there. Good dodge, though. And you guys are both going down. Excuse me? I would like to get off this ride now. What just happened? What is going not okay? So, the Cyst and the White Stalk were both dead. You know, they had not enough HP to survive acting again. And suddenly they decided this would be a good time to teleport us away from that battle over to here. How does here even connect? What is going on? Alright, let's just, let's settle this fight as soon as possible, please. And then see about getting our bearings in all of this. Now that is the time for a critical heal. Thank you. Okay. Tell you what, let's just stun you out of this. Worry about your two friends up front. And then we'll get you done. Go there. Did get the stun, okay. Wow. I don't even know what to think about this whole teleportation business. That's a little bit frightening, truth be told. Try for another stun here. Yeah, we got stuns for days, people. It's gonna be okay. And that takes him out of the fight. That guy's almost dead. Should have a couple of turns here to maybe try for some other amazing heals. 14 is good. Still on your negative damage buff. Ugh.
Confidence surges
Beautiful.
as the enemy crumbles.
Down to 18. And that should do, what, 6? Yeah. Okay. Good, good, good. Try that again. 2 is not so wonderful. Nash. Oh man, that hit for 11? Are you kidding me right now?
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay. Scout says, get back to here. Okay. Is this actually the destination? Maybe that's... Is the teleport just this awful thing where it, like, your final objective is down here, but the fight teleports you away constantly, making it super hard to get there? That's evil, like in a real evil way. But this map looks so huge. I can't normally zoom out this far, right? Like, this is... Well, maybe I can. I don't remember ever seeing the icons that tiny when I zoomed out. Oh boy. Okay, tell you what, this is going to be the time for our first camp. We're going to feast.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
We needed both the HP and the stress reduction on several characters, so I think that made a ton of sense. Self-only protection and damage. That's actually really cool. Several of these have changed quite a bit. Self-only, all companions. It's weird that it's split up. It was not like that before, right? Just everybody gets dodge and crit, but now there are two separate entries for self and companions. All companions, damage. Man, everything you do is so good. Let's go with a protection and damage buff. It's going to synergize really nicely with retribution. And then we'll go with tactics as well. Get everybody the dodge and crit buff. What do you got for me? Damage, increased stress, quickening, self-only for speed. Let's do the stress reduction. Oh, that's on yourself, it increases. Never mind, I did not read that correctly. Okay, well, that was a wash. Gave himself 20, gave everybody else, namely 2 other characters, minus 10. Self-only, remove target disease. You do not have any diseases, right? Did she lose her ability to take off disease from other characters? It used to be kind of a cheesy tactic where you could go into a dungeon with just Plague Doctor to remove diseases right away and then basically run. And it looks like that hole has been closed as the cure only affects herself now. That's not really great in this particular situation. The only things that we can use. So let's just rest now. Ready for battle. Coping well. At least we don't go hungry. As long as your tummy's full, you'll be alright.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And it looks like all roads might just lead back there. Unless this branches off. Now, we won't know yet. We've seen you guys before, too. Venomous phlegm out of your brain space. Beautiful. You know what? His stress is getting a little bit high for him to transform right away. Let me guess. Movement? Okay. I can deal with movement. You guys do have a dodge bonus, remember? Feel free to dodge. That would be okay. 16. I can live with 16. Start with the polyp. And then do a little leapy thing. Good. That'll give him a couple of rounds to mull over being blighted. Wasted. Okay. I'm probably just going to be getting his stress down for a couple more turns. Ow. And then... I guess we do the same to you. Continue with him. And heal up here. Alright. I think these fights, they feel a little like, I don't know, riff-raffy. You know, that they're not even really intended to be a huge challenge for you. Okay, we're going to do that game all over again. But more so... And there we go. Well, that's unfortunate that you went first. Guess we do that. More so that the...
Ringing ears.
Sheesh.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
More so that the real challenge might just be this fight down here. That's interesting. I'm gonna go for another round of this. This may seem like a weird use of our Abomination's abilities, and you're not wrong. Honestly, it comes from me misreading the idea that I was removing his stress, and instead
well struck.
Giving him some in that last camp. Really do need to be paying attention to the camping skills as they were changed quite substantially on launch.
This is how a life is taken.
Okay, that was like the least terrible thing that you could do. Now in a position to get you back into this fight, though. And that's going to seal the deal for him. We just need to focus on the Hound. And he should die pretty easily. It does have some stun resist right now. That gets him down to 9. Taking 6 more. Let's do that to just ensure he doesn't do any more damage to us. If we happen to be faster than they are, great.
A faint hope blossoms.
If not, that's fine too. We're giving one last opportunity to do that. You're now back up to full HP, and your stress is no longer an issue.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay. Very similar to here. So we've got a squiggly hallway this way, but a straight hallway this way. Let's go down the straight hallway. I've not seen what's at the end of one of those, and I'm curious to find out. Now, of course, the big bad battle we had was just in a hallway space, not in an actual room. Okay, but we didn't mirror what went on in that one. I seriously doubt that any of these encounters are random. I'm pretty sure they're all like placed on the map explicitly in the location they're in. Huh. I mean, I could just go there. Let's keep going south. We'll call it south. Down, maybe. See what there is to be seen in this direction. Huh. That's so weird that there was just that it wasn't... Hello. that he wasn't necessarily guarding anything, and it was just like a random hallway fight. Unless, of course, there's maybe another cyst in here, and that is the treasure room. I'm gonna prioritize stunning you if at all possible. I like that. 4 is not exactly what I needed there, but that's okay. Good, good. Might use Poye to do the stun this time. Instead, we'll go with a little bit of monstrous action and get our rage face on. Ooh, bad dodge. Bad dodge. Crit for 4 because somebody misread how critical healing works, apparently. Oh, he went before us. That's okay. I'm hoping this could be his very last action then. Our abomination just snurfed at us.
Masterfully executed.
Did you see that? Did you see that, Marie? That's what critical looks like. Okay. With him stunned, I'm gonna take 18 per round. Awesome. 8 is something at least. And we'll just punch him in the face. Beautiful. Really wish that stuns came with something like a
Powerful blow.
like a huge dodge debuff or something, you know, like for the turn you were stunned. It seems a little weird that you could be both stunned and dodging the attacks coming at you. Of course, that would bite both ways, and suddenly being stunned would be very terrifying for your own party. Alright, a little bit there. Since he's dying from the blight anyway, I'm just going to use everything I can for stalling purposes here. Oh, Mary, you are a beautiful, beautiful man. Did you see that? Oh, yeah.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Apparently, Riviera here is wagering on there being treasure ahead. Let's see if she is correct. Ooh, what is that thing? Got another cyst here. Could that be the locust beacon? There's a thing. I don't know what to call it. But there's definitely a thing on the ground back there. You know what? Let's just go with the transform. And we're gonna start punching you right in the face. Nice. So we can make sense here. Why not? It doesn't really have debuff resist that's all that great. Let's start out with the retribution. It's basically an excuse to let the man-at-arms go multiple times per turn. And he still has his protection buff through this entire combat. That's actually really big. Do we let you... I think I'm gonna let him take 8. I'll use an anti-venom instead of using the Plague Doctor's turn to cure him. Stacking up these blights early might make a huge difference. Man, that sound effect is crazy weird. It's like a foghorn kind of thing, maybe? I don't even know how to describe it. Also curious if I should be raking, just due to maybe the length of time this battle is going to last if Rake doesn't end up surpassing Rage at some point. Alright, with the anti-venom gone, he's still got his riposte for another turn. So let's do...
Impressive.
Oh, a very impressive stun. I liked that quite a lot. And then... we can Noxious you. Yeah, we can. Taking some very, very good blight damage per turn. Go with another weakening curse, but why not keep our currently riposting man-at-arms healed up as much as possible. This fight, I think, is going to be deceptively long, considering he can heal him and he can heal himself. We also might want to be really concerning ourselves with this stalk. It was what teleported us away last time. I would prefer that we not experience that again, if at all possible. Resisted the debuff. That's too bad. Only 68. I don't really have, like... Yeah, he doesn't have the cauldron on him to help out with that. That's probably a big contributor there. You know what? Let's try for another stun. I'll alternate, I think, stuns and retributions out of the Man-at-Arms. Give him 1 turn for his stun resist to go away. Stun him to remove 1 of his turns. Probably get a summon. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Somehow, I feel like I've been blighting you every turn, and yet your blight has basically gone away. Okay, good. And I'm actually going to try for the stun here, mostly hoping that the white cell stock doesn't get to do anything nasty to me. Okay, did get the debuff there. Very good. Could Retribution... 2 to 4. 37, taking 6. Okay, if that had been like 15, that really would have been huge. Down to 21 now. He's about to get 1 more immediate action. Digestion. Probably for the best that he didn't heal himself. If I can get another blinding gas off here, I do. That's going to be huge. I think he's going down. Considering, I think the only way that they would have really managed to stop us would have been teleporting us away. And... oh! The dodge! That was evil. Okay. Yeah, we saw that. 10. Reconstitution. And I'm feeling the Mammoth Cyst death knell just slip from my grasp, you know? Oh boy. Oh man, he actually gets a huge buff whenever that happens. That's quite terrifying. I guess we just start restacking Blight. It was so close. He had 6 and I would do 7 to 15 from that attack. But I could not get it done. Okay, I just need to do... Now he's gonna digestion. That's actually fine. So I should kill him really with no problem. He'll die on his own. Let's instead Noxious here. Try to stun him as soon as we can. Why don't you go ahead and heal yourself for 0 and just waste a turn. Beautiful. Yeah, that'll actually get the kill. Great.
The greater the glory.
And there we go.
Success so clearly in view.
Oh, more scouting.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, the Locust Beacon. This must be it. The beginning of the end. Hey! Quest complete. I mean, I guess, do we continue adventuring? Does it matter? We're not getting loot from any of this stuff. Like, all we're really doing is risking that we die, but then again, these characters aren't really coming back to the Darkest Dungeon anyway. So, let's look at this. I wonder if revealed if this is just some sprawling network of things. Like, it keeps going in lots of different directions. That would not surprise me much. I'm almost certain you can't normally pull, like, this far out of the visible space of a dungeon, which leads me to believe that this is actually a very large map that we have not revealed yet. We maybe got a little bit lucky in that the teleport we received basically put us just due north from the beacon. It could have maybe been a lot worse. I don't know if that's scripted or not, if you always end up there, or if it's got a chance of teleporting you elsewhere. But it worked out for us. I actually think we're just going to call this one good. We have overpacked, but why play around with your characters' lives? And we'll just get back to the estate. Of course, Very little on the collected treasure. We're just going to be turning back in all our supplies. But I don't think there's anything to gain by us just wandering around. We're not getting XP from the battles themselves. We'd just be using up supplies for no reason. We're of course going to get the 15,000 gold here. Tough rings are very good. Typically using them on my Vestals that are dedicated to just healing, as the 15% damage doesn't really matter. Crest rewards off of the Darkest Dungeon are almost a little bit silly. I think I'd rather see just a lot of money if the Darkest Dungeon is designed to be such a late game area. What, you know, do we not assume I'm done with crests by now? Am I not expected to be done with crests by now? Creeping Cough is a little The nervous on... I think I've gotten nervous and removed it on my Abomination several times already. It just keeps coming back, man. Keeps coming back.
At last, the twisted heart of the world is laid bare. For sword or supplication.
Okay. Twisted heart of the world. We can supplicate to it, or we can take a sword to it. That's pretty much our choice. Red Moon is back. It kind of alternates between being there and not being there, it seems. Nothing else has really changed much. Oh god, that was awful. This is a short dungeon to kill one heart of darkness. Lovely. Last, the twisted heart of the world is laid bare for sword or supplication. Alright, guys. I really wish sort by level maybe counted these guys as higher and would sort them off. I've got a highwayman. I definitely think the double Hellion is going to be coming with us probably next turn or next adventure. I don't have much in the way of a backline support character though. That's a little bit scary. I'll have to think over exactly what I'm doing there. But we've got a decent load up of cash and everything. I'm not sure if it's going to be a foray back into the Darkest Dungeon next time, or if we need to spend any time getting some new characters leveled up in the meantime. See what's to offer here. Every bounty hunter in the world has just shown up at our front door. That is quite interesting. Still no Vestal, or Occultist, or even Arbalist to turn into a healer. So that's a little bit disappointing. I have seen comments, some have suggested using the backer heroes. I'm probably not going to do that unless I just get super desperate. For now, I don't know for now. I think for now we may try this, the next quest without a healer. It's a short dungeon. It may just be a stroll to the boss fight and then a session of duking it out. But that'll have to wait till later. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to subscribe for more on the channel every single day. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes. And I will catch you guys next time.